Hey guys, we are currently drinking Diet Coke with a lemon. It gives it like a little refreshing flavor. My friend showed it to me, game changer. So I wanted to talk real quick about this year because look at my pen writing. I was writing down some notes for this video because I wanted to share it with you guys that I will not be participating in Halloween this year. Typically, when you have a birthday in October, it's only natural when you're living in the world to celebrate Halloween and go trick-or-treating and doing all the things that society does and teaches. But the closer that I'm getting to my walk with Christ, the more that I'm learning about what Halloween actually is. And I just wanted to bring to light some of this stuff because for me, it was partially living in ignorance and partially living in disobedience and not wanting to dive deeper into the spiritual meaning behind Halloween, even though I knew it had a dark side to it. Halloween means the evening between All Hallows Day, and that is celebrated from October 31st to November 1st. And the origin of Halloween came from the Celtics, which they practiced heavily in witchcraft. They believed that this was a day where the veil between the living and the dead was very thin, and the dead would be able to cross over and mingle with the living. So it was believed that the demons, witches, and evil spirits would be able to roam freely during this day. So in order for people to escape the torments of these demons and witches, they would have to either offer them sweets and serve them sweets and candy and apples, or they would have to dress up and disguise themselves as the demons and witches and evil spirits, basically. And originally, trick-or-treating came from something called souling, which is when children would go door to door praising these demons and deities. If you've ever heard of the name John Ramirez, he used to be a former ex-Satanist, and he was raised up by the age of 8, or at the age of 8, into the Church of Satan, and basically came and transformed his life into a Christian, and just preaches on this all the time about how Christians should not be participating in this Satan day because all these rituals happen on this day, whether we like to admit it or not. And basically he was saying that there are certain witches and warlocks out there that are literally praying over the kids' candies and like cursing the candy. Whenever the kids eat the candy, they basically get a legal right into their lives to torment them. Anton LaVey, that's the founder of the Church of Satan, actually said himself that he is so thankful that the Christian families are allowing their children to celebrate Halloween once a year. If we remember that God gives us free will, we would remember the story of Adam and Eve, and it only took them one mistake to just lose everything. That's the same thing that happens when we are allowing Satan to get a foothold of us when we're partaking in celebrations like Halloween. For me, my personal testimony, being raised trick-or-treating constantly every single year, throwing Halloween parties, going to all kinds of demonic stuff. Whenever I had this conversation with God, I knew I was being disobedient because I already knew that God was not approving of me going out to Halloween parties, of me dressing up, even if it was, innocent or like not scary, but a little seductory or whatever. Like I knew he wasn't approving of that. And every time that I would do it, I would always wonder, why do I feel the way that I feel afterwards? Why am I still struggling with lust? Why am I still struggling with procrastination? Why am I still struggling with anxiety and feeling of heaviness? Why am I still struggling with XYZ? It's because we are allowing the devil to get a foothold into our lives when we are completely stepping out of God's alignment. 1 Corinthians 10:21. You cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of demons. You cannot partake of the table of the Lord and the table of demons. Ephesians 5:11. Take no part in the unfruitful works of darkness, but instead expose them. Ephesians 4:27. Give no opportunity to the devil. This one really gets me because so often we get the fear of missing out to cause us to lead into sin. God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and of a sound mind. And every single time that I would let the fear of missing out tempt me into sin again, it would just make me feel more bounded to my sin and like just more ashamed and just like carrying a weight that I couldn't even bear anymore. Whatever we think is good for us, God knows what's better for us. The minute that I surrendered to what was better and, just remembering my commitment to Jesus rather than the temptation of what I thought, what I knew was bad for me, honestly, what I knew was bad for me, it saved my life. I could have gone in a whole different direction, but instead, the direction when I'm trying to pursue Jesus and getting closer to him is so much more freeing than just following the works of the world and just conforming to what's normal. That's just my testimony. I don't have a fear of missing out anymore. I don't have a fear of oh, everyone's out partying and dressing up and looking cute and stuff like that. You know what? If you are celebrating Halloween and you don't feel conviction of it, that's great for you. I know for me, I was feeling convicted for years now, but like I said, I have been disobedient. I'm not saying that there aren't going to be days where, maybe you can do a costume party that's themed or something like that. I think there's no harm in that, but specifically celebrating October 31st is very, very, the devil has a plan. 1 Peter 5:8. The devil prowls around like a roaring lion, seeking whom he can devour. Don't let that be you. Oh my goodness. Don't let that be you. I'm not letting that be me. And I'm speaking to myself when I'm saying this. I am just so sick and tired of getting picked on and of, just having the cycles repeat themselves. If you're someone like me and you're just sick and tired of it, it comes with full surrenderance to God, to Jesus Christ. And it says in the Bible, I can't remember or recite this one, but we cannot serve two masters. We will either love one and hate the other. Now, I'm completely devoted to the Lord, and it's a process. It's not something that happened easy overnight. It took a lot of uncomfortable conversations, but ultimately, I want to be obedient to God, and I want it to be known that I only serve the Lord. Sanctification is a process. And I'm not here to condemn anyone, but I'm definitely here to encourage my brothers and sisters in Christ to just really listen to your convictions. Please listen to your convictions, because it will save you a lifetime of struggle, of torment, of just the going in cycles and insanity. It's literally insanity. I pray that my brothers and sisters start listening to the convictions of their heart. I pray for our kids to be safe and protected. And ultimately, I just pray for protection for our world and everything that's going on, all the craziness, all the madness, because we all just need a little bit of hope and a little bit of light in this world. If you have any questions or just want to talk or even debate about it, I'm open up to all conversations about this, because I just feel like we need more resources. We need more people sharing their perspectives in their beliefs, because who else are we going to get it from if we are just continuously walking blindly and being led by the blind? Because that's typically what it just is. It's just a lot of blind leading blind. I want to stand up for the ones who can't see what's going on in the spiritual realm and standing up for them. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I pray that you guys have a blessed day. So yeah, peace.